We're going to build a website for the Classic Car Association, and as you can see, it's got 4 pages. We're on the home page. It's got a blue Chevy page, red Ford, white Jaguar, and back home again. Once you understand how to create divs and how to style them, you can really do a lot of creative things with your page. Let's take a look at what we've got here. At the top of the page, we've got the header, Classic Car Association. Then we've got a nav. Then we've got the main part of the page. And as I scroll down, you can see I've got a footer at the bottom part of the page. I'm going to close out of my browser and return to Dreamweaver. You can see here in my styles list that I've got a number of styles going on, and we're going to review each one of these together as we go through this demo. At this point, let's close Dreamweaver and take a look at our project files. Right now, you're viewing the entire site in its completion. I've got an index page, a blue page, a red page, and a white page. And with each one of these pages, I have a corresponding photo. In addition, I've got my header graphic. I've got a background image called Metal. And right here, I have info.txt where I have all my text typed in advance. Let's take a look at the structure of this site. As you can see, I have my index page, which is my home page, and 3 additional pages, each one representing a car on the site. Let's close that up and take a look at our page structure. In this little diagram, I have outlined the divs in my page design. I have a header, a nav, a main, and a footer. All these divs are contained inside a wrapper div. Let's begin our project. Let's go into Dreamweaver and manage the site. We'll go to Site, Manage Sites, create a new site, and I'll give it a name. I'll just call it Cars. And I'll connect it to the folder on my desktop, my project folder called Cars, and I'll choose that. I can click OK. And now Dreamweaver is managing my Cars site, and I can click Done. Now all the documents in my project folder appear right here in my files list. Let's create a new document. File New, Create, and save it. File Save. I'm going to save it as Index inside the Cars folder. Now I'm ready to put some text on my page, and I have a document called info.txt. I'll highlight all this text, and I'll do an edit copy. Close this up and return to Dreamweaver. I'm going to paste this. Edit Paste. Now in my mind, I am dividing this up into 4 sections, and each one will be a div. Each div will have its own unique name. This one will be called the header. This will be called the nav. This area in here will be called the main. And down here at the bottom, this will be called the footer. So I'll begin dividing the page into divs. I'll highlight my first row. I'll go up here to the div icon. And it'll ask me how I want to insert it. And I always choose Wraparound Selection. And my ID name is going to be called Header. And now I can see a bounding box has been put around the header area. Now I'll go to the next one, highlight that, insert the div, wrap around. The ID will be called Nav. The next one is the main, so I'll highlight that, go to my div, wrap around, name the ID Main. And then the last one is my footer. Highlight that, insert my div, wrap around, ID name is Footer. Now I have divided the page into 4 different divs. Each one has its own name. If I go up to the top and click inside that topmost div, I can see Down here in the tag selector, div # header. And likewise, div # nav, div # main, and finally, div # footer. I'm ready to start adding some styles to my page. So over here in the Styles panel, you'll notice at the bottom there are some icons. There's a little plus button, and that lets me add a new rule. I'm going to start by styling my body, which is where I make all my big decisions. I'll add a new rule, make sure that I choose the tag selector, and make sure that body is in this selector name. If it's not, I just go ahead and type it right in. I'll click OK, and this brings me into the rule definition window. There are many properties that I can assign. We're going to start off simply by choosing the font. At this point, I'd like to choose Verdana. I'll hit the Apply button, and I'll see that change happen automatically. Maybe I want to change the color of my text. I think I'll make it kind of a gray color, and I'll apply that. Maybe a little darker. Perfect. When I hit the Apply button, I get to see the results of my choice. When I'm happy with my decision, I can click OK. Next, I need to choose my font size. Here, I'll put in 100%. This is a good standard choice for your body. The next thing I want to do is go to the background. And I want to make sure that I put in a nice background color. I think I'll start off with a soft yellow color. And I'll see what that looks like when I hit Apply, and I'll click OK. That sets all my new properties. Up here in the Styles panel, I can spin open the Style tag, and I can see my first style for the body. The body has a list of properties, and I can reveal them a little more clearly by adjusting this window. And you can see my background color, my text color, my font family, and my font size. If I wanted to choose a brighter yellow, I could certainly do that right from this window.